y'all? It is me, Tasha C, and welcome to the Tasha C Show podcast. Shout out to my YouTube and podcast fam who've been listening, and or watching, supporting, hugs, and loves. And you're part of my podcast fam, and you're wondering about this YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, whether it's your desktop, laptop, phone, or whatever tablet, and type in Tasha C TV. And don't forget to subscribe and watch the videos at night. You got some time, also share it. Also, vice versa, my YouTube fam, or if you're watching and or listening to my videos and you're like, okay, yeah, I'll subscribe to her, and what about this podcast? Check in the description below, in the YouTube, under the video YouTube box, description box. And anyway, like I said, thanks for all love support, and let's get started with the podcast. Now, again, I decided to do, as far as right now, I'm still continuing, which is our Kings and Queens Next Door, Volume 17, because today's February the 17th, 2020. And due to the fact I've just been taking a break of doing additional regular podcasting, which includes anything from usually, rants, story times, whatever, and, what's going on in the news / entertainment news and so forth. So this is why this is like day 132 and 133 of my 366 video day journey, which is just a YouTube, just for new folks. This is just a YouTube series I decided to make, which it can be anything. It could be all podcasts, it can be a couple of days where I show my face and so forth. And it's just making a video a day, being consistent and exactly, making sure I stick with it until October the 8th of this year. So, just giving y'all a little background. And since I've been making this my only podcast for the last video for the last, several days, also let y'all know, if y'all new here, if y'all hear clicks or anything, it is coming from my side because I'm using Speaker to create these lovely podcasts. Now, again, let's get into the facts. This time we're going to go to the website because we haven't been to any websites. Or I haven't been going to the websites. I'm talking about we, like y'all looking up. In a while, I've been more so been just going to Instagram, because that's where I sometimes get my facts as well. Heck, we only got what, y'all? I know it's also to y'all, but a lot of kids, their spring break. It used to be the last week of February, so shout out to y'all who is enjoying y'all spring break. See, Monday's already passed, y'all. Y'all better enjoy. If y'all got projects, y'all better work on them now before end of the week, whether y'all it's due next Monday or Wednesday or Wednesday, whatever time next week. Take advantage of this time. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. I've been behind on the. Like I said, I'm going to the websites. Okay. This is cafemom.com and 28 and cool, surprising history. Black history facts for every day of each month. Now, due to the fact that I haven't been on here for a while, oh my gosh, it was going to take me to Facebook. I was trying to get it to go down to read more. Okay. Now, I forgot which one, so we're just going to go right ahead and start number 5 out of the 28 facts, and then I'll get to up to 16, because since we have an additional day, because this is supposed to be a fact for every day of this month, and this is the site I've been neglecting, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, the media made, this is the fact number 5, for supposed to be originally day number 5. The media made the Black Panthers notorious for their afros, darker pale, and willingness for armed self-defense, but the manifesto for change launched programs that benefited black communities nationwide, like free dental care, breakfast for low-income children, even drama classes. Number 6, Lincoln University in Pennsylvania is the first institution of higher education founded for African Americans. It paved the way for the 104 other historically black colleges, which have produced distinguished alumni, like Thurgood Marshall, Spike Lee, and the almighty Oprah. Okay, number 7, black ingenuity helped devise creative and effective plans to escape enslavement. In 1848, husband and wife team William and Ellen Craft made it to the North, and eventually England, when she dressed as a white man and he posed as one of her slaves. A year later, Henry Box Brown literally mailed himself to freedom in a shipping box during a 27-hour trip to Richmond to Virginia. I wonder if William and Ellen Clive had like a movie or something. And Mr. Henry Box had like some type of movie or episode, so some mini TV series dedicated. Cause that's an interesting story. Now I'm starting to remember, y'all, that I actually went through these before, but like I said, some of y'all may not have listened, so I might as well go over them again. Okay, I remember up to 10 now. Okay, Liberia was founded and colonized by Esperites. The West African country is one of two sovereign states in the world, which started as a colony for ex-slaves and the marginalized black people. Sierra Leone is the other. Jesse Jackson does more than make up words. He negotiated the release of Lieutenant Robert O. Goodman, a black pilot who had been shot down over Syria and taken hostage in 1880. Okay, wait a minute, 1983. I was going to say, what the world? Sorry, I had a YouTube notification and got top of the words. Okay. Number 10. Before he was a blockbuster actor, Will Smith was the Fresh Prince, along with partner Jazzy Jeff, won the first ever Grammy for Best Rap Performance. They both got awards because the category was borrowed from television. Also, too, I think like Salt and Pepper, El Cool J. It was quite a few people. I think it was quite a few people who boycotted. Okay, number 11. The hairbrush, lawnmower, cell phone, refrigerator, and thanks heaven the air conditioner was all fruits of African inventors created laboring. Number 12. Baseball legend Jackie Robinson had an older brother, Matthew Robinson, who was also a star athlete in his own right. He won a silver medal in the 2,000-yard dash in the 1936 Olympics, coming second to Jesse Owens, which I talked about before. And honestly, this is my first time. Like I say, you can learn something new every day. You blessed to comprehend things and stuff. Ooh, gosh, I didn't even know it was. Oh, but Jeffrey Rollins had a. Okay, never mind. Okay, 13. Sherry Chisholm was the first black woman elected to Congress and the first black major party presidential candidate. Survived 3 assassination attempts during her 1972 campaign. I brought that up before. That is completely messed up. Okay. Okay, number 14. Eatonville, Florida, the childhood home of writer and culture anthropologist. I don't know why in the world I cannot. The tongue twister said I took more than 3 anthropology classes. Okay, never mind. Sorry about the rant. And of course, purposes and my all-time favorite author. That's the writer of this post, Zora Neale Hurston, is also the first town in the country to be incorporated by African Americans. 15. In 1948, multi-talented actor, singer, and civil rights activist Paul Robeson was considered for a U.S. vice presidential spot on Henry A. Wallace's Progressive Party ticket. Number 16. The king of pop, Michael Jackson, snagged several Guinness World Records, including highest annual earnings for a pop star, best-selling album of all time for his classic Thriller, and most Grammys won in a year. He took home 8. And digitally, Beyonce holds that record for the lady. She took home 6 in 2010. And we're going to, like I said, go back, like I said, I'll go to 17 tomorrow, since due to the fact, like I said, I haven't been on this site in the last couple of days. And the other one I haven't been on, which is big on biggeography.com. It should be also a description, the link on some of these websites that I'm using to find the facts. Was 120 historic facts, and I know I'm to give me a second, y'all. It was on 50 or something, 40 or 50. Okay. We're going to go, like I said. Okay, I think it was on Fact 55. It was the last time. I know it's been a minute. Shaka Khan, which this is actually the website, y'all. It's not a coincidence that I'm saying this just because of the controversy of her singing of the national anthem last night, the All-Star game. But here's Fact 5. Shaka Khan, dubbed the Queen of Funk Soul, is also well known for singing the theme to the public's television popular educational programming record. But you know, Shaka Khan is still a living legend, okay? Even with the the interesting singing performance last night, she still, she still has that crown on her head for being the queen of funk soul. Okay, as far as a phenomenal singer to me. Okay, fact 56. Alicia Keys was accepted to Columbia University on a full scholarship, but decided to pursue a full-time music career instead. Okay, I think this is where I started. I left off here. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks since I was on these facts. Facts 57. In her early life, Coretta Scott King was well known for her singing and violin playing as well as she was for her civil rights activism. The young soprano won a fellowship to the New England Conservatory of Music in Boston, Massachusetts, the city where she met future husband Martin Luther King Jr. Fact 58. Martin Luther King Jr. was stabbed by a woman in 1958 while attending a book signing at a Bloomstein department store in Harlem, New York. The following year, King and his wife visited India to meet, why do I always get Gandhi's names first mixed up? Okay. Mahatma Gandhi, whose philosophies of nonviolence greatly influenced King's work. Fact 59. Lewis Howard Latimer drafted patent drawings for Alexander Van Bale's telephone while working at patent law firm. Fact 60. In 1967, chemist and scholar Robert H. Lawrence Jr. became the first black man to be trained as an astronaut. Sadly, Lawrence died in a jet crash during flight training and never made it to space. God rest his soul. Okay, now there's an error. They actually have two Fact 61s here, so I'm just going to read them both. Fact 61. Heavyweight boxing champion Joe Louis helped to end segregation in U.S. Armed Forces while serving in the Army during World War II. Fact 61. Nat Deadwood... Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay, I'm not reading this wrong, y'all. Nat Deadwood Dick Love, a renowned and skilled cowboy, wrote his autobiographical work, The Life and Adventures of Nat Love, better known as in the cattle country as Deadwood Dick, published in 1907. Okay. Fact 62. African-American fashion designer Anne Lowe designed the wedding dress of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, the bride of future President John F. Kennedy. And we're just going to go here with Fact 63. Jazz pianist and composer Alice Midlar married pioneering saxophonist John Coltrane in 1965. She played with his band and appeared in later recordings. Oh, okay. Like I said, hopefully I remember, or maybe write down after this. If not, y'all, I'll probably be reading a couple more again in the future. Okay. Now, I'm going back to PBS. Okay, again. Because this one had only 10 facts, so it won't be as many. The first licensed American female puppet was Bessie Coleman. Born in Atlanta, Texas in 1892, Bessie Coleman grew up in a world of harsh poverty, discrimination, and segregation. She moved to Chicago at 23 to seek her fortune, but found little opportunity there as well. While tales of flying ex-boyfriend returning Second World War, what was World War One? Soldiers first inspired her to explore aviation, but she faced a double stigma in that dream of being both African American and a woman. She set her sights on France in order to reach her dreams and began studying French. In 1920, Coleman crossed the ocean with all her savings and the financial support of Robert Albert, one of the first African American millionaires. Over the next 7 months, she learned to fly, and in June 1921, the Federal Aquanic International awarded her an international pilot's license. Widely celebrated upon her return to the United States, reports turned out in droves to greet her. Coleman performed at numerous air shows over the next 5 years, performing heart-thrilling stunts, encouraging other African Americans to pursue flying, and refusing to perform where blacks were not admitted. when she was tragically died in a plane accident in 1926. Famous writer and equal rights activist Ida B. Wells presided over her funeral. An editorial in the Dallas Alice stated there is a reason to believe that the general public did not completely sense the size of her contribution to achievements of the race as such. Okay, let me see here. Already read about Esther Jones. Let me see. I could have sworn I had another one where I was reading about. Give me a second, y'all. Les already went through it. Probably that was one. See, this is where I get from not reading. Okay, we're gonna go because it's already 16 minutes on. We're gonna go to Instagram and go and read a couple from there, and then I'll be done for tonight, y'all. Like I said, y'all, usually these podcasts are not as long as my typical ones. My usual ones sometimes run around 40 to 45 minutes, but usually I try to keep them to a minimum about, usually sometimes around between no more than like 20 something minutes. Okay, so like I said, it's not going to be that many posts here. Okay. This was actually from the living legend, also, like, and you might as well say in jazz and R&B, Anita Baker, who's from Detroit, Michigan, as well, and she left a note. This is a shout out. I am Jamia's page. She's a phenomenal singer, YouTuber, and so forth. And she got this quote from Anita Baker, but that's what I'm saying, because like I said, it was some stuff about her singing yesterday. But Anita Baker said this: Queen of Funk, Rock, and Jazz. That second and third octave, question mark, yep. Sometimes brass and piercing and inverent if she chooses. Like Miles Davis, trumpet, Shaka Khan, hashtag we love you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Okay. Now, also, too, this is interesting. I wanted to bring up that I guess maybe because of what have you say. From African Archives, 6 hours ago, they posted this. And it's a picture of, like I said again, with Shaka Khan, the legend. And it was at 16, Yvette Stevens joined the Black Panther Party. She was responsible for selling the Black Panther newspaper as well as helping start the free breakfast program for children. You might know her by another name, Shaka Khan, Black History Month. So, okay. Also today, if y'all know anything about the basketball player, the former basketball player, popular, attributed, well, like as far as being, might be I'm not going to say controversial because, considered one of the best players in NBA history. Okay, if y'all probably know about like these expensive shoes that they still got this day with the Jordans. A quick note again, that's also could be found on More Info too, or also the site but Instagram page that I can never actually properly pronounce, but it's OLMCCIAN, and today they have a post on Michael Jordan. Okay, it's February 17th, 1963. Former professional basketball player Michael Jordan was born in New York. Okay. Also, I could have sworn wasn't Michael Jordan for a while. He went into baseball as well. I know it was some basketball, or some people went back and forth between certain sports. Okay. Again. All right. Black history _buff 777. Okay. Claudia Colvin is an activist who was a pioneer in the civil rights movement in Alabama during the 1950s. She refused to give up her seat at the bus months before Rosa Parks' most famous protest. Claudia Colvin is a civil rights activist who, before Rosa Parks, refused to give her seat to a white passenger. She was arrested and became one of the 4 players in the Browder versus Gale, which ruled that Montgomery's segregated bus system was unconstitutional. Colvin later moved to New York City and worked as a nurse aide. She retired in 2004. And that's facts. I actually read about her a couple of times before. Okay. Also in 1925, Albert F. Cox became the first African American to earn a PhD in mathematics in the United States. This is from First Know Thyself Instagram page. How much time, like I said, we got? Okay. Eddie Griffin, which, like I said, is like comedian game, and is, also actor as well. I went to his page, and this was about 5 days ago, but I wanted to talk about, okay, it's just a short paragraph where he talks about the technological science and engineering of the black race has been one aspect of world history that has been hidden, underappreciated, and belittled. The invention of the digital cell phone by a black man named Jesse Eugene Russell is one of such hidden truths about the excellence of black people. Okay. Well, like I said, y'all, I think this is from Don Diva magazine, Black History Month. Okay, this was a post on December the 1st, 3 days after Hurricane Katrina. 20-year-old Jabbar Gibson took a Orleans Parish school bus and transported 70 people on a 13-hour trip to Amsterdam in Houston since their governor would not. His bus was the first to arrive. Okay, then on that note, y'all, let me end this. We made it to another week, y'all. So hugs and loves and God bless, and I will see you tomorrow for volume 18 of our Kings and Queens Next Door with some more Black History. Maybe a couple of things might be repetitive or give some more information, but hey, it's never enough. But anyway, y'all, take care.